can show others who weren't able to attend class. So let's review again. When we're dealing with level blood sugar, there are 5 main things that happen when your blood sugar is level. What's one of them?
Boost your metabolism.
Yes, this is where you boost your metabolism. And you're seeing that now. You should be noticing you're getting hungry on schedule. Good. What else happens when your blood sugar is level?
Increased energy.
So you should be noticing your energy is better and it's more level and consistent, not the highs and lows. Good. What else happens when your blood sugar is level?
Burn fat.
Yep. This is where you burn fat. That's where your body uses fat for fuel. When your blood sugar spikes from too many carbs, you will store fat. What happens when your blood sugar is low? What do you burn down here?
Muscle.
You burn muscle. And what does that do to your metabolism?
Decreases.
That's in a nutshell why dieting will never work. Because whenever we don't eat enough, we're down here burning muscle for fuel, and we're slowing our engine, we're slowing our metabolism. So when you can't stand that diet anymore, or skipping meals, you go back to just eating normal, you slowed your engine, so you're gonna gain all that weight back and more. That's what starts that whole yo-yo dieting process. What else happens when your blood sugar is level?
Build muscle.
Good. This is where you build muscle. And I see this. That's where exercise comes into play. You can maximize your workouts now because you're in that zone where you're burning fat and building muscle. And that directly increases your metabolism. So one more thing that happens here.
Decrease craving.
Good. So when we talk about cravings, who's noticing that you don't crave the same foods as you did before you started? Good.
Definitely.
Good. That seems to be consistent. So when your blood sugar is level, you don't crave sugar in nearly the same way. So carbs break down to sugar. So that also means even crackers and bagels, not just cookies and brownies. So good. This is what we're doing. And we stay here by eating in 3s. Now, remember at the beginning I had you think through all the different diets that maybe you've tried or your friends have tried. So let's throw out some diets that are out there, some that you've tried.
Weight Watchers.
Weight Watchers. What else?
Atkins.
Atkins. What else?
HCGs.
HCG. Yep, I see that a lot.
Nutrisystem.
Nutrisystem.
Jimmy Craig.
Okay, this is good. This is a good array of examples because we're going to talk about why these will never work long term. Okay. Before I begin, do you remember, I always like to remind you one of the 2 most important questions you should always ask before beginning a program. Number 1, is it based on what?
Science.
Got to be based on science and be healthy. Number 2, can I do it for life? If you can't continue it, if it's just a quick fix, then what's the point? You're going to be right back. So we're looking for something that's based on science, we know it's healthy, and it's something you can maintain, which is what we're doing here. So knowing what we know, why wouldn't Atkins work? Atkins is where you remove a whole food group, right? You remove a macronutrient, you remove carbs. Can't do that long term, right? We need all 3. You need protein, fat, and carbs. That's science. So anyone who's ever lost weight on Atkins eventually gained it back because carbs are energy and nutritious. So Atkins will not work long term. HCG, I'll explain what HCG is. HCG is when you get injected with a pregnancy hormone, and you can lose a lot of weight in a short period of time, and you're really restricted to about 500 calories a day, right? I mean, it's very, very restrictive. And people can lose some weight on that, but think about how they're feeling. They're down here, right? So when you go through that period of time, how can you maintain that? You know, you've physically slowed your metabolism. maybe lost that weight in the short term, and the statistics on that, almost everybody gains that weight back because their engine is so slow. That's an extreme version of dieting. It's really hard. So thankfully, you know, with this, for people that have been through HCG, this is where we naturally pick up your metabolism again and get you burning. So anytime you're dieting or restricting, you're slowing your metabolism. We can't do that. Nutrisystem, or something based on packaged food, why wouldn't that work?
It's probably got a lot of salt, right?
Yeah, so think about what's in the food. It can't be nutritious if it has to live in a box and even frozen for a long period of time. And the other thing is you're not learning to eat real food. Somewhere along the line, you have to learn to eat real food and make it work and then get the nutrition. So just a little, oh, and Weight Watchers. Very common. Weight Watchers can be a good program if looked at correctly. But with Weight Watchers, or it's the same thing with MyFitnessPal where you're tracking calories per day. With Weight Watchers, you're looking at points per day. But you could eat anything. You could have a Weight Watchers brownie and still be within your points per day, right? But if that brownie, what does that do to your blood sugar? It's going to spike and crash. It's that combination every meal that makes it powerful, not your daily limit of calories or points. So it's really important every time you eat to get a balance of protein, fat, carbs.